Hey everyone, this is Kale over at Rise Marketing. I'm here to talk to you about page speeds for the next installment of Small Business Friday. What are page speeds? Page speed is the measurement of how fast the content loads when the visitor lands on your site. Page speed is a huge factor in SEO rankings. I'm going to kind of go over two reasons why that is, and then we'll kind of talk about how to find your own page speed scores on your own website, and then solutions to help those go up. So first two I want to talk about is crawl budget. Google allocates a certain number of bots to crawl your website. If it's a slow website, they have to send more bots. The bots take more time. They can't crawl as many websites as fast, so that negatively affects your search engine rankings. User experience, Google really wants to recommend the websites with the highest user experience so that their users get the highest satisfaction. So with page speeds and user experience, they kind of go hand in hand. With a slow page speeds, you'll get a higher bounce rate, you'll get lower page views, you'll get a lower conversion rate. So that'll hurt your rankings because those are things Google wants to see opposite of that. They want to see low bounce rate, higher conversion rate, and it'll positively affect your rankings. In order to find your page speed, you want to go to Google PageSpeed Insights. They have a great tool. You type in your URL, you'll see a score, desktop, mobile. Generally, you'll see scores around 60s to 70s until these solutions that we're about to talk about are in place. So go on there, view your page speed, and then I'm going to talk kind of about solutions. So the first one I want to talk about is minifying your JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. Basically, that means to compress everything. Make it so there's no empty spaces, no empty characters, there's no unused CSS to where the browser or the search engine just has to take more time. Second, we want to reduce redirects. We don't want to send people in a circle. We don't want to do more calls to the website than it needs to be. So reduce redirects, render blocking. We want to reduce the amount of scripts because when a search engine crawls a website or is pulling a website up, they have to go through, they see a script, let's say JavaScript file. They have to stop where they're at, go to the JavaScript file, read all of that, then come back and start where they were. So if you can, try to combine those. Try to combine your CSS to where that search engine has to go to the least amount of places as possible. And then browser caching. Browser caching just basically enables the browser to save data. So if a user has already visited that website, they can save that browser, or they can save that images, files and everything, so that it's just faster. Then we're going to optimize images. So optimizing images is a huge factor as well, because if you have a huge image, Google has to load that, or the search engine has to load that, and the longer that takes, the slower your speeds are. So there's great tools out there like Optimizilla online, or you can use things like Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator to optimize those images. I'll kind of go back and talk about tools as well. So browser caching, you're going to do that in your htaccess file, or if you're using a CMS like WordPress, you can use WordPress caching plugins. Render blocking, not a lot of tools for that. You just kind of have to go in and do that on your own. Reduce redirects. Minify, there's like CSS Nano or Uglify JavaScript that you can actually just plug in your code and it'll minify it for you, and then you just replace it with the code that you had. So now that you go through and you do all of those things, you should be able to go back into Google PageSpeed Insights, retype in your URL, and get a lot better score. Usually we want to see it high 80s, low 90s for both mobile and desktop. So if you guys have any questions on that, need any help, give us a call, ask us a question in the comment below, and we'd be happy to help you out.